talking about cryptocurrency. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And we all know our good friend here. He's been on many, many times, and he actually introduced us. So my first question is, what is it?
Cryptocurrency is virtual money. It's a medium of exchange between parties, just like you would give somebody a dollar bill. You could also send somebody a dollar worth of Bitcoin or one of other 1,500 cryptocurrencies just by using your phone or a computer to send from your wallet to theirs.
Now, this is all we hear about. People are talking about cryptocurrency, Bitcoins, and then when I put it out to my friends on Facebook, everybody said, okay, what is it? How do you see it? Now, you explained a lot before, but explain the whole thing.
But the whole thing started from what? From the beginning?
From the beginning and how you got involved.
How I got involved? Well, the way I got involved was from hearing about it from 2010 through 2012. Different people mentioned it to me, and I just kept kind of brushing it off as monopoly money, as a lot of people do. And then one day I went to a friend's house in 2013 who had this machine in his home. I didn't really know what it was, although I could tell it was a computer because I come from a computer background. And it was a mining rig, is what he called it. And he was mining coins. And when he told me,
it's like invisible coins.
Yeah, but see, when they say you can't print money and money doesn't grow on trees, for this instance, he was actually printing money.
And it was growing on his
he
computer.
Was creating coins, and this intrigued me. So I went home and I ordered the parts online to build my own machine. And in 2013, I started mining Bitcoin and Litecoin and Quark coins and Doge coins and a lot of other coins. And I was technically making money out of thin air. So that's how I got into it, and I've stuck with it for about 5 years.
And then what happened?
Well, in 2016, like a lot of other people that I know, they sold their cryptocurrency holdings because they thought that was like the max that they can profit. And when I saw it starting to go up in value again in 2017, I jumped back in, built another mining rig, started mining Ethereum and a few other coins as well, and started kind of getting back into the whole trading game of cryptocurrency.
Now, how many cryptocurrencies are there?
Right now, there might be about 1,500 of them. A lot of them died during the ICO season last year. Some of them are coming out this year. This year, I think, is bigger than last year in terms of ICOs, which is initial coin offerings. And that's basically when a tech company or a group of developers come up with an idea and they implement it, cryptocurrency with the technology, and they raise money for their company using cryptocurrencies. So like you could buy their tokens.
Do you think this is going to go on and on and on and have longevity, or is it going to, die off and then come back up again? What is your opinion?
Sure. I mean, the internet started in the 90s, right?
Yeah, sure.
And people didn't know what that was going to become. And look where we are now. It basically runs the world.
Yeah, true.
So look at the cryptocurrency. It's in its infancy right now. It just pretty much just started. The iceberg has just been tipped here. And we're going to see a lot more adoption. We're going to see more societal value where people start to find new ways of implementing it into current infrastructure and technology, and solving more problems using blockchain technology, decentralization, and these other aspects of cryptocurrency that are really going to be helping us pave the way for a better future.
Jason.
Now, I know you have a lot of questions, but I have to ask one more. Why, you said this is going to help the future. Why is this so revolutionary for the future? And then I'm going to let you ask.
That's right.
Well, just one simple example I can give is there are a ton of third world countries out there. We may have 7 billion plus people on the planet, but how many of them have access to a bank account or a credit card? Not that many, if you look at the scope. So cryptocurrency is now a way to break that barrier and allow third world countries, if they have a mobile device, they can have a Bitcoin wallet. They can have a store of value. They can transfer money from their families in Africa to America, Mexico, and Australia. Wherever they live, they can start transferring that wealth around without many fees and without the middlemen.
Is it regulated?
It is not regulated. It's in the process of being regulated. The SEC has been really jumping in for the past couple of years and really trying to put some licensing and regulations on it. It's a lot of ups and downs in the market because of that. The SEC still hasn't really given its final ultimatum on cryptocurrencies. They did deem Bitcoin and Ethereum not to be securities, which was a really big win for us, but it's still a long road ahead of what's going to happen. And once you see those regulations come in, that's when more users will start to adopt cryptocurrency. That's when you'll find the institutional investors and the retail investors start to come in because they'll feel more protected and safe and comfortable that it's being regulated. Now we can put our money in.
Right. As I'm hearing right now, the corporation world is now thinking about diving into this, which only opens this up even more, and obviously, growing even more. I have a friend of mine that actually does this as a mining business.
I'd like to see his electricity bill.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
And we understand. Explain to the audience exactly why you mentioned that about the utility.
Yes, so let's say, for example, your friend has a warehouse. And let's say in his warehouse he has 100 mining rigs. One mining rig has roughly 2 to 5 graphics cards. These graphics cards are what you use to play video games with, for example, or to use Photoshop video editing for a show like this. So these graphics cards use a lot of power, and they give off a lot of heat. So when you're using just one rig, for example, it might cost you $50 a month in electricity. Times that by 100 mining rigs, and now you're talking, thousands of dollars in electricity bills.
Sure.
Wow,
I understand we have to take a break.
Sure.
Yes,
Sorry.
we're going to take a short break, but
We'll be right back.
Because you were mining too.
Bitcoin prices are going to change in that break.
Yeah, they're going to change in a minute. We'll be right back.
I guess you could consider Bitcoin is, look at fiat currency, money, just regular dollars. You also have yen, and you have rubles, and you have euro coin, and you have all these different types of currencies. Well, that's what Bitcoin is. You can consider it like the dollar, and then Ethereum might be like the yen, and so on and so forth. Although they're not tied to countries, really, because they're decentralized, but that's how you would look at it, different types of money. In this case, these are different types of currencies, but they have a value of some sort when it comes to technology. So one coin might protect your identity. One coin might protect your health care documentation. One coin might allow you to store your data on a decentralized server so nobody could hack it. And those coins are associated with the technology, which are associated with the value. That's how you get your value out of it.
Now, you were talking about mining. Now, weren't you mining?
Yes.
How did you do that? What did you do?
Well, I built a computer, a really powerful computer with graphics cards, like I mentioned earlier, and I hashed these algorithms, so basically doing math computations. And as I solve these math problems, my computer earns a reward for doing so. This can be for when somebody sends a Bitcoin or Ethereum or Ripple or any other type of cryptocurrency, you have to mine that transaction, which means a computer around the world, there are thousands and millions of nodes in this network of decentralized computers. We don't really know who owns them all except for some large warehouses. Every time you send, buy, or sell a cryptocurrency, somebody has to mine that transaction. They get rewarded for that transaction. That's why they do it.
Andy, you had some questions you were asking.
Jason, so I understand you have a partner who's involved in a video of cryptocurrencies. Could you
so Charlie Shrem and I, we partnered up on a web series to help the layman understand cryptocurrency on a larger scale. Because as you can imagine, it's pretty confusing. It's still, like I said before, it's still in its infancy. So how do you explain cryptocurrency to the everyday person? And that's what the web series was all about. It's called Mastering Cryptocurrency. It's on YouTube. We also have blog posts that explain it in text form as well, and Steam it. And Charlie's very knowledgeable. He's a Bitcoin legend. He's been around since the beginning. He's one of the first 10 people that introduced Bitcoin to the world, and he paid the price for doing so, but that, in a sense, he did that for all of us.
Sure.
So he paved the way for all of us to now be able to get on top. And with Crypto IQ, his company, he's evangelizing cryptocurrency in a larger way. And we see a big future for cryptocurrency in general as the technology is built and built and built, because these companies that are out there, Stellar Lumens and Golem and Neo and a lot of these other coins, they're building these platforms. And over the next couple of years, you're going to see them continue to be integrated into society. And as more people adopt to them, the value is going to go up and up and up.
How does the layperson choose an exchange? Like, what do you do? If you want to just get started, where do you go?
Well, I mean, Charlie would tell you the same thing I would tell you, is that you'd go to Coinbase.
Okay.
You'd set up your account using your email address and your phone number to verify you. Set up a bank account through there so you can send money to the Coinbase account. And then you purchase the coin that you want. On there right now, they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Those are the 5 available. You can pick one of those and you can purchase it. You can hold it in your Coinbase wallet. You can send it from your Coinbase wallet to your Coinbase Pro account where you can trade for other currencies or back to dollars. You can send it from your Coinbase wallet or your Coinbase Pro wallet to an exchange like Bittrex or Binance, two of my top
Okay,
favorites.
How do you change it? You said back to dollars. How would you change it back to
Click
dollars?
of a button. You click on Bitcoin USD, BTC USD trading.
Okay.
You choose the amount you want to trade, and you click trade. It's very quick.
And people are constantly trading.
All day
just
long.
Like with everything.
All day long. Day trading all day long. I'm a holder, HODL holder. And what I do is I hold on to my coins. I do a little bit of day trading here and there, a couple scalps, we call them, where you just do a quick scalp. And I do those sometimes to make some profits. But I mostly hold because I believe in the future of the technology. I know that 4 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'm going to have a nice retirement package waiting for me.
It's so much like a stock in so many ways.
That's what I'm thinking.
You
It
know,
is.
in so many ways, because you really can't touch a stock either. And could you fit a stock into your wallet? Sure, you can fit a Bitcoin into your wallet also.
Yeah, true.
It's very similar. It's very similar.
Let's talk about your book. Just in case we run out of time, which I hope we don't. He wrote this really great book, which I'm going to read as soon as I get home, but I'm just skimming through it. I know it's a good book. It's Strap on Your Boots, and since I love boots and horses, it has a horse on the back. Tell us a little bit about the book and what made you write the book.
It's a play on words, bootstrapping.
I love it.
A lot of entrepreneurs have to bootstrap their tech startups, and I've been running tech startups for years. And so I implemented my methods, my tactics, my strategies into this book to start helping entrepreneurs on a larger scale. It's been really difficult for me to help so many companies over and over and over again. So that's what I did. It's been helping entrepreneurs and companies for years, and then Wharton asked me to create a course based on the book called Startup Essentials that I teach part-time. And so I also mentioned cryptocurrency in the book because that was one of the things that I found to be innovative. And so I mentioned cryptocurrency in the book as well. And that's basically what it is. It's just a way to help entrepreneurs, startups, tech companies, business owners, anyone who wants to save time and money, because everything in my book is free. A lot of millionaires out there write books and say, oh, if you do what I did, you can become a millionaire too. Unfortunately, it's BS. It doesn't work. It was a one-time deal. They got lucky, right place at the right time. Mine are proven methods that anybody can do step by step to succeed without any problems. It all works.
Now you're involved with so many things. What would you actually call yourself?
I mean,
just an entrepreneur?
I'm a serial entrepreneur.
I love it.
I've been running companies for over 13 years, full-time as an entrepreneur, and I'm currently managing multiple app companies, cryptocurrency, trading, and I'm a writer, journalist, screenplay writer, and I'm a documentary filmmaker. So the last movie I made called The King's Highway is a historical documentary about Philadelphia. And it's very popular right now because people like history and they like documentaries. So filmmaker as well. Won a couple of awards for movies in the past. So I just like to dabble in a lot of things. I don't like to stay too focused on one thing for too long. I notice that the more things I do, the more, kind of like cryptocurrency. A lot of people say, just buy Bitcoin. And I always say, buy Bitcoin, but look at the other companies. See which technologies you like. For example, I like Golem. Golem's an example, GNT. It's a company that allows you to tap into supercomputers, a virtual supercomputer, by tapping into millions of computers around the world, decentralized. So say you're a scientist and you need to analyze millions of pieces of data. You can't do that on your computer. But by using Golem's network, you can now tap into a supercomputer that's decentralized.
This is so amazing. Now hold the thought. We'll be right back. Let's talk. How do you choose? How do you choose your ICO? How do you choose your coins, your tokens? What do you do?
It's a great question because there's so many of them, and everyone always says, how do you know which one to invest in? And the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is the technology that the coin is built on? What is the problem they're solving? Right? It's a technology company. Don't get it wrong. It's a technology company. There are programmers building a platform. Is it file sharing? Is it data storage? Is it analytics? Is it protecting your music copyrights? Mm-hmm. These companies that are forming, they are building a platform for people to use, just like Facebook, Amazon, Google, and eBay. They did the same thing in the 90s. Okay? So the first thing you do is research the technology. Then you want to look at what's called the white paper. It's a PDF document usually that explains the nuances of the company, what they're trying to build. From there, you want to look at the team. The team is important because those are the people who are running the company. They're the ones building the platform, and you want to know who they are. You want to make sure they're legitimate people, right? So research the team. And then, does the company interest you? You know, you have to want to invest in it. So, for example, there's a company I like called Siacoin that protects your data. You can store your data, and it's decentralized, so nobody can hack it. HBO they got leaked Game of Thrones episodes and screenplays. Well, that can't happen if you decentralize the data. So I like Sidecoin because of that reason alone. Binance has their own coin. Binance is an exchange where you can send your Bitcoin or any other crypto from Coinbase to Binance. It's an exchange that Charlie also really likes. And they have their own coin. They raised money in an ICO called Binance Coin, BNB, to fund their exchange. And now they're one of the most sought after exchanges in the world. They're worth billions. And, and that's a place where you can exchange from Ethereum to Lumens, from Golem to ARC, for example.
I got a pen in my hand. I'm actually rating some. Not only am I the host, I'm getting a real education.
There's a lot of coins. There's a lot of coins, and you have to do the research on which coins you like, which technologies you believe in 5 years from now. Think about it this way. When the internet bubble, .com, burst, there were a couple of players left, but a lot of them died. Ask yourself this, in 10 years' time, which cryptocurrency companies are going to survive the burst? Those are the ones you want to invest in.
But how do you know? Gut feeling?
Throw a dart at the wall
Psychic?
and see which one it hits.
Well, obviously, Bitcoin
Research.
is still around, obviously, and it's only gotten bigger and bigger.
Well, it's a good point. Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptos are finite supply. So with Bitcoin, I believe it's 21 million. Once the final one is mined, you can't make any more.
But they're coming out with other coins, true.
Sure, well, they fork. They
Right.
fork Bitcoin Cash, for example. So that's when
Right.
there's a consensus that the developers can't come to, and they argue about it because they're petty. You developers are petty. And they can't decide on what they want to do with the algorithms and the code changes and whatnot, so they fork. And you have Bitcoin Cash. But Bitcoin is always going to be the first, the original, the grandfather of them all. It's always going to be the most important because it changed the landscape. Keep in mind it was born out of the 2008 meltdown that we had because of the housing crisis.
Sure.
Interesting.
And Satoshi Nakamoto said, well, I'm tired of relying on governments and banks. I'm going to make my own currency. And look where it is today. We almost hit $1 trillion market cap recently. Of course, now it's down to almost $250 million, $250 billion. So eventually it'll go back up again. But something Charlie likes to say is that the market has like $70 trillion in the financial market. Eventually, cryptocurrency is going to have to even out at least a little bit. And when that institutional money starts to come in, we're going to see a balance. And when that balance happens, the crypto holders are going to be very happy.
Tell us a little bit about Charlie and how you guys got together.
Well, Charlie, like I said, owns a company called Crypto IQ, and I think, again, the main part is how do you tell the public about cryptocurrency in a way that they'll easily understand it? Mm-hmm. And Charlie's a very technical person. He's a developer. He's been programming alongside the developers on a lot of these platforms. He helps a lot of these platforms decide which way they should go by sitting on their board of directors and board of advisors. So he's a very smart guy. And again, he's been in here since the beginning. He's a Bitcoin legend. So I come in as a layman, as a person, an everyday entrepreneur, somebody who can help anybody understand how this works, because I've been on the ground. I've been building these rigs and I've been learning as I've been going without the public exposure. So that's where I come in. I think we make a good team where he explains it in a technical way and I explain it in more of a public way.
And then it's spreading the word.
Spreading the word, helping get more crypto
And that's
customers.
why we're here.
Crypto knowledge.
Yeah, and a really good way to enhance that knowledge is to use Crypto IQ resources. They have an amazing newsletter. They have an amazing resources in terms of modules and trading rooms and live talking through the channels that you can talk to hear the traders in action, what bids they're placing, what sells they're placing, so you can actually see the action live. So I highly recommend using Crypto IQ resources.
And how does our audience find you? Can you give them your different...
For me, it's pretty easy. I made a personal website, jasonsherman.org, that has all my stuff listed on there with links. You can click on everything and check it all out. My Crypto IQ is on there as well. So if you go to my easycrypto101.com website, I'm also writing on Steemit for cryptocurrency. I earn Steemit coins.
But if we go to your
JasonSherman.org has everything. Has everything. And you'll be able to see my YouTube videos that I created for the web series with Charlie, and everything else is listed right on my website. It's
where do we see your movie?
King's Highway. The King's Highway is available anywhere that you can stream movies. On Amazon Prime. You can buy the DVD on our website, and it won a film festival in 2016, and it's been growing ever since.
Well, this is really good. I wish we had like 4 hours to go through this, but I mean, I learned a lot today. not as much as I want to learn, but I'm going to be on your website
Cool.
and on your, because it's so interesting. He's got
Million
me
things.
like excited to learn how to do this. Well, thank you so
Sure.
much, and thank you for coming on. In
Thank you.
fact, Andy introduced me to these guys, so naturally we brought Andy along to help us with the show. We're on all the time. You can get us on demand. Just click on demand. Let's talk. We're there 24 hours a day. Let's talk and have a wonderful week. And thank you guys.
Thanks for having me.
coming
Thank you.
on.
Appreciate it.